So it's been a couple of months since I was last really putting out a lot of ArcheAge videos, and that's mostly because we've not really had a lot of updates for ArcheAge. Not a lot has been happening with the game. We had the roller coaster event, we had the race that the CMs put on, but apart from that, we've not really had any big updates to the game, like the dancer coming out or the new dungeon that's out in Korea. They've not came over yet, and we originally were about 4 or 5 months apart when it came to the Korean build and our build, and that gap seems to have just grown with the last couple of months. And now we have a reason why this might be, as Kakao Games are now taking over ArcheAge from Gamigo. So I think it is Kakao Games. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. That's how I hear people say it anyway. But yeah, this is a exciting change, I think. I think this is gonna be good news for the game. So, first of all, Kakao Games are the ones publishing Elion, so that means I now do videos on 2 Kakao Games games on this channel. Saying games twice feels weird, but yeah, that's a thing now. I guess I'm in deep. But they've also been behind the publishing on, I think they took over Path of Exile. They were on PUBG as well, and they originally were publishers of Black Desert Online before Pearl Abyss took over. Now, from what I'd heard from people who'd played BDO, they weren't a big fan of Kakao Games because of the way they monetized stuff. Elion so far has had a little bit of pay-to-win stuff in there, but we will see what direction they go with ArcheAge. Generally, when a company purchases the rights to a game, it's usually because they feel like they can monetize it and actually make some profit off it, so we'll see what direction they choose to go with that, because it could be that they try and improve the game and bring players back, or it could be that they throw more in the cash shop. But they do say, which we'll get into in a bit, the message they put out, that for Unchained, they're going to try and deliver the experience. So we'll see. Now, the reason I think they're going to do better than Gamigo is, well, they have more people. The impression I got from Gamigo was there were definitely some people that were pretty passionate about the game, but didn't really get to put their ideas out there. And, well, they didn't have a lot of people working there. It felt like a lot of people were wearing a lot of hats at the company, so not a lot got done when it came to the game, which is unfortunate. So hopefully Kakao Games will be able to make more happen. This whole thing is probably the reason why we also had the Gamigo livestream where they very quickly brushed over ArcheAge. I don't know how many people watched that livestream, but I can say I was very disappointed when they replayed a trailer for Missong Summit and then quickly brushed over ArcheAge to move on to their other games, but this is clearly why, because they're not going to be holding the rights to the game anymore. They've been thrown off to Kakao. So let's go look at what Kakao Games have said about the game and the direction that they plan to go in the future. Alright, so here we are on Kakao Games' ArcheAge website. And when we hit Discover More, they have a little message here for all the players. So, while its story has been one of highs and lows, one fact is irrefutable: ArcheAge is and will always be one of the greatest MMOs in the history of the genre. In December of 2021, the landmark game will begin its next chapter, blazing a path on a journey toward a better and brighter future. So, December is when the takeover is gonna really kick into effect. Kakao Games and developers XL Games have come together to present fans who have dedicated their time and passion to ArcheAge over the years a better version of that experience, as Kakao Games will take over the publishing for Europe, North America, and Oceania from the current publisher, Gamigo. While further details will follow in the coming months, we wish to share our broad vision for ArcheAge with you, our valued community who have proudly called Arena their home. Alright, let's get to it. So, okay, so this is where it really gets into it. So, our build will be synced with the latest version of the game and remain updated, with new content received at the same time worldwide. And if this means we're getting it at the same time as Korea, that is massive already. That's such a big thing for us because, again, we've had the 4 or 5 month gap in between what Korea get and what we get. And then we've had the takeover. So there's been an even bigger gap, and there's just been a massive content drought in between, which has really sucked. So this is already a positive change if they can deliver on that. This, amongst other things, will allow us to listen to and deliver your feedback to developers more swiftly than has previously been done. Now, I think a lot of people felt like feedback either wasn't listened to or came months too late a lot of the time, so again, if they can deliver on it, it's a good thing. I do think there was some sort of communication issue when it came to having stuff go back and forth between XL and Gamigo, and hopefully with Kakao taking over, they can make some changes to fix that. Hopefully that can be done. Whilst we can't promise every idea and suggestion will be implemented, you will now have a much more impactful voice in the wider ArcheAge community, which I hope so. Again, only a positive thing so far. But I mean, that's what we're going to say. The 2 separate versions will remain, though some changes will be made to both versions. One of our main goals is to deliver the ArcheAge Unchained experience players have vocally desired from the beginning. And what this tells me is Unchained is one of the things they're focusing on here. This might be one of the reasons why they've bought in to ArcheAge. That, and they may potentially see a lot more in the future with ArcheAge 2 and other stuff. But I think Unchained is going to be their focus, because I don't blame them. That's where the majority of players have been at. Legacy, they are going to make changes to it. I don't know how they'll go about it, though. We will have to see. But if they can meet the expectations on this, if they can actually deliver the experience that the Unchained players wanted, then this could be a massive improvement. Maybe we'll get the old Arch passes back. Maybe we'll see stuff like the gear gated behind the garden be brought into the world for everyone. I don't know, there's a lot they could do. But if they're looking to bring back a lot of players, there's a lot that needs to be done, and they're gonna have to you have to throw a lot out there to encourage people to start playing again. I think we will see, but so far, good news. Hopefully, again, it's all if they can deliver on this at the end of the day. We are excited to take this journey with you and are committed to supporting those who have done the same for us every step of the way. We promise to keep you updated with news on the service, transfer, and further details on what to expect from us all over the coming months and years. We cannot wait to bring the best of this world to you all. Love, Kakao Games, the ArcheAge team. Okay, so come December, everything's going to move over to Kakao Games. Now, they do mention items and everything is going to be moved over. I don't know about housing or how they're going to go about it. I don't know if they're just going to wipe the servers when it comes to housing, and all the items and stuff will get moved over. The way they say items are getting moved over, it sounds like there's definitely going to be something happening there, but they've not put any official announcements out about that yet. They have a whole new Discord that's available and an FAQ in there, but they've not put any in the FAQ just yet. So I'm curious if we're still going to have houses, because there's been no mention of that. And yeah, we'll just see where this goes. I think overall, it's probably going to be a positive change for the game. Again, the only negative things I've heard about Kakao Games is when it comes to stuff like BDO, but since then they've picked up stuff like Path of Exile, and Path of Exile seems to be going in a good direction, although I don't really know anyone who plays Path of Exile. So yeah, hopefully this will be a good thing. Hopefully we'll see a lot more content in ArcheAge now, and yeah, I don't know, I think this is just exciting. I'm just waiting to see where it goes, really. So you guys let me know what you think. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one.